Hello once again everyone, it is Jello here, and today we are going to take a look at the RTX 2070 Super OC from Gigabyte. Now, since the release of this card from about over 6 months ago, there has already been a lot of performance numbers from the big content creators out there. However, the graphics cards are usually tested on a system with a powerful CPU or a high-end system, which of course makes a lot of sense to get the true performance out of the card. But how does this card perform on a system with a Ryzen 5 1600? Let's find out. Before we get into the performance, let's take a quick look at the graphics card. The card measures 11.28 by 4.5 by 1.98 inches and is a 2.5 slot card. What we have here is a matte black color with gray accents, but this is also available in white. The design of the cooler is somewhat identical to any Gigabyte graphics card that uses a WindForce 3X technology. Each of the fans measure 82mm in diameter, but the middle fans spin in reverse compared to the other two. It also has a metal backplate with a Gigabyte logo printed in white. At the side we can also see the Gigabyte logo, which is the only part of the card that has RGB. For the display outputs, it has 3 display ports, 1 HDMI port, and 1 USB-C port. To power up this card, it requires an 8-pin and a 6-pin power connector. Now for our test system, we're still using the Ryzen 5 1600, 16GB of Corsair Vengeance LPX memory at 3000 MHz. The RTX 2070 is running at out-of-the-box speeds with no tweaking whatsoever with its default fan profile. All tests were also done at 1440p. And so, here are some performance numbers. So I think our system with the Ryzen 5 1600 was able to handle the Gigabyte RTX 2070 super nicely. I've cross-referenced the results with other higher-end systems, and yes, the Ryzen 5 1600 is definitely holding back the performance of the RTX 2070 Super. However, the games that we tested were still very playable. There are some stutters here and there, but it's really not a deal breaker for me, especially if you're only playing single-player titles. I still have a GTX 1070, so the performance uplift was huge. And we were also testing at 1440p, so that means if we drop down the resolution to 1080p, we would be getting more frames. The temperatures were a bit on the higher side, topping at 76 degrees, but it is expected because we are using a mini ITX case with only one 92mm exhaust fan. So here are my thoughts. If you're building a brand new system and you are planning to get the RTX 2070 Super, then pair it with a much more powerful CPU to get the most out of the card. However, if you still have a Ryzen 5 1600 like I do or something similar, and you're coming from a lower tier card, the RTX 2070 Super will still give you a performance uplift. And when you have the budget, then upgrade the CPU to get more performance. The Gigabyte RTX 2070 Super Gaming OC is one of the less expensive cards out there with a premium quality and build. It runs cool and quiet even on extensive loads. Before we end this video, I'd like to thank and give a huge shout out to Joyo Marketing for providing us with a sample. So like this video if you like it, subscribe if you haven't yet so you won't miss any updates. And that is it for today, and I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.